So I've given up working on the back wheel for a while. To be honest, I'm fed up of it. So I'm going to distract myself by doing something else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit the petrol tank. Now, I've had the petrol tank spray, and look at that. Ooh, is that not superb? Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? It really is. The paint sprayers have done a tremendous job doing it. And so what I've got to do before I can fit it is I'm going to fit the fuel filler cap down here, which spookily enough I've left the old one in, and boy, can you see how mucky that is inside of that. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's not surprising seeing it's been blasted to goodness knows where. And here's the new one, and they come in two parts. That part there screws into the tank, and then this part here screws into that to make a tight seal, and it all goes into the petrol tank. Then it's a push on, pull on. So what I'm going to do before I do anything is I'm just going to get some white plumbers. I'm just going to put a layer around there before I screw it onto the tank. Belt and braces probably not needed, but in all the plumbing that I do, I tend to do that. So I'm just going to pause the tape while I go get some plumb wet. So I want to be really careful that I don't scratch the tank at all. So this is what I'm talking about, just the ordinary PTFE tape that plumbers use, and I'm not going to use a lot. I'm just going to take a little bit off and wrap a little bit around the threads just before I screw them back into the petrol tank. Just as a belt and braces, that's all, nothing more than that. As I said, just a couple of threads, just a couple of to do it, and I want to be really careful because I don't want to cause any bother. Boy, is this tank going to need flushing. Trying not to make sure that the spanner doesn't slip. There, that won't leak. That's nice and tight. And if I can take a minute to talk to you about spanners, just hang that one up. I don't know if I've mentioned to you before about the bits and pieces that personally I use. Let me see if I can get something to lean against so I can show you what I mean. So these are ring spanners, or combination spanners, because they're open at the bottom and they're ringed at the back, at the top. And how these fit, really, I don't know which is the best way to do it for you. Get something that's darker. I'm looking for something that's darker. I don't know, there, you can probably see now. So, the combination spanners, and these are what's called 12 points at the top. What that means is that when you put your spanner onto it like so, there's 12 different places in which it can grip around there. So when you're turning it, it does it like that. And there's always a possibility that it could slip. Now I like these ones, and I read about them in an old book that I got from the library about tools. I know I'm sad I got it out of the library. And the difference is that these are only 6-point, and when you put them around the nut, I don't know if you can see there, that it's got a lot tighter and there's less chance of it slipping when you actually apply some pressure. So like I say, those, they're 12-point there, meaning there's 12 little indentations where you can get them on. Well, these are 6, and it fits it really tightly and very nicely around there, and it can hold it tight. Less chance of slipping, but of course there's not that much. You'd have to make sure that you've got all that. That's the only bonus or benefit of those, is that you can move it just half a turn really and get it in, rather than the other one. But hey, those are the spanners that I use. So enough distraction, let's move on to the next part of the petrol tank. What a lovely job that is. And when the sprayer did it, he's put some tape on here, and the tape would appear there it comes off. Oh, look at that, it's coming off nicely. Coming off. Almost there. So that's all the rubbish gone, and then this is the original filler cap, and very conveniently it says 2 measures of oil per gallon of petrol on the top. So you would pour your 2-stroke oil into here, filling it up, 1, 2, and put a gallon of petrol in, shake it up about, and that's how the tank actually gets its lubrication. So it's been a while since this was pushed down onto here, I can tell you. Let's see if we can do it on. How about that? Absolutely brilliant. So I'm not going to put the bottom end of the filler cap, that petrol filler, oh you can't see, petrol filler cap on there, because then it would stick out and the chances are it could get knocked or do it. It's nothing of a job just to put some wipe on and bring it onto there, so I'm not going to do it for the time being. What I am going to do though is I'm going to change the camera angle now and show you trying to fit it onto the bike. So I'm going to stop the vid.